Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're tackling a common household problem: how to remove silicone sealant from the bathtub. Whether you're renovating your bathroom or just need to replace some old, cracked sealant, getting rid of the old stuff can be a real pain. But don't worry, I'm here to help. In this video, I'll be sharing several effective ways and methods for removing silicone sealant from your bathtub. We'll cover everything from using simple household items to more specialized tools and techniques. I'll also be providing some helpful tips and tricks to make the process easier and more efficient. And of course, I'll be sharing my own personal experience and reviews of the different methods I've tried. So, if you're ready to get rid of that stubborn silicone sealant once and for all, then stick around and watch this video. This method involves physically scraping the sealant off the bathtub surface using a sharp tool like a putty knife or razor blade. It's best suited for removing large chunks of sealant or when dealing with stubborn residues. However, be careful not to scratch the bathtub surface. This simple yet effective method utilizes the abrasive properties of table salt to loosen and remove the sealant. Apply a generous amount of salt to the sealant and let it sit for a few minutes. Then, scrub the area with a damp cloth or sponge. This method is particularly useful for removing thin layers of sealant. Several chemical products are specifically designed to remove silicone sealant. These products typically come in the form of gels, liquids, or sprays. Apply the product according to the manufacturer's instructions and let it sit for the recommended time. Then, scrape off the softened sealant and wipe the area clean. Certain cleaning products and flushes can also be effective in removing silicone sealant. Acetone, for example, is a powerful solvent that can dissolve the sealant. However, it's crucial to use acetone with caution as it can damage the bathtub surface. Always test it on an inconspicuous area first. Acrylic bathtubs are more susceptible to scratches than other materials. Therefore, it's essential to use gentle methods when removing sealant. Opt for table salt or a specialized acrylic bathtub cleaner instead of harsh chemicals or sharp tools. Enameled bathtubs are more durable than acrylic ones, but they can still be scratched. Avoid using abrasive tools or harsh chemicals. Instead, try a combination of mechanical removal and a mild cleaning solution. Wear gloves and safety glasses when using chemicals. Always test any product on an inconspicuous area of the bathtub first. Work in a well-ventilated area. Be patient and persistent. Removing silicone sealant can take time and effort. If you're unsure about any aspect of the process, consult a professional. Cast iron bathtubs are known for their durability and heat retention, but they can be susceptible to rust and staining. When removing silicone sealant from a cast iron bathtub, it's important to use a gentle approach to avoid damaging the surface. Here are some effective methods. Mineral spirits. Apply mineral spirits to a soft cloth and gently rub the sealant. This method is effective for removing fresh sealant, but it may not work as well on older or hardened sealant. Acetone. Acetone is a stronger solvent than mineral spirits, but it can also damage the finish of the bathtub. Use acetone with caution and test it on an inconspicuous area first. Commercial sealant remover. There are a variety of commercial sealant removers available that are specifically designed for removing silicone sealant. These products are usually safe for use on cast iron bathtubs, but it's always a good idea to read the instructions carefully before using them. Important: avoid using abrasive cleaners or scouring pads, as these can scratch the surface of the bathtub. Metal bathtubs, such as those made of stainless steel or porcelain enamel, are generally more resistant to staining and damage than cast iron bathtubs. However, they can still be scratched if not cleaned properly. Here are some tips for removing silicone sealant from a metal bathtub. Use a plastic scraper. A plastic scraper can be used to gently remove sealant from the surface of the bathtub. Be careful not to scratch the metal. Apply heat. Heating the sealant with a hairdryer or heat gun can make it easier to remove. However, be careful not to overheat the metal, as this can cause it to warp. Use a commercial sealant remover. As with cast iron bathtubs, commercial sealant removers can be used to remove silicone sealant from metal bathtubs. Important: avoid using harsh chemicals or abrasive cleaners, as these can damage the finish of the bathtub. Removing silicone sealant from tile can be a bit more challenging, as the sealant can get lodged in the grout lines. Here are some effective methods. Use a utility knife. A sharp utility knife can be used to carefully cut away the sealant from the tile. Be careful not to scratch the tile. Apply heat. As with metal bathtubs, heating the sealant with a hairdryer or heat gun can make it easier to remove. Use a chemical stripper. Chemical strippers can be used to remove silicone sealant from tile, but they should be used with caution, as they can damage the grout. Important: always wear gloves and eye protection when using chemical strippers. When removing silicone sealant from any type of bathtub, it's important to take the following precautions. Wear gloves and eye protection. Silicone sealant can irritate the skin and eyes. Ventilate the area. The fumes from some sealant removers can be harmful. Test the product on an inconspicuous area first. This will help to ensure that the product will not damage the bathtub. Once you have removed the old sealant, it's important to treat the bathroom joints with new silicone sealant. This will help to prevent water damage and mold growth. Here are some tips for applying new silicone sealant. Clean the area thoroughly. Make sure the area is clean and dry before applying the sealant. Use a cork gun. A cork gun will help you to apply the sealant evenly. Smooth the sealant. Use a wet finger or a caulking tool to smooth the sealant. Allow the sealant to dry completely. The sealant will need to dry for 24 hours before it is fully cured. Removing silicone sealant from a bathtub can be a bit of a challenge, but it is possible to do it safely and effectively. By following the tips in this guide, you can remove the sealant without damaging the bathtub.